Okay. So, apparently I am live, so we're just going to wait for some people to hop on. There's Mr. Ozzy. I know this is an odd time to go live, but the kids are at school, so it kind of works out. One day I will go live again, maybe on an evening. All right, we have one person on the chat. All right. So, hello. We're just waiting for more people. Yeah, I know it's kind of awkward timing, but, you know, it is what it is. I know you want to play fetch. I know. So this is going to be very informal. Just kind of talk. You can ask me questions or, you know, whatnot. Oh, now we have 7 people. All right, awesome. So more people are joining. That's great. Ozzy's right here. He's wanting to play fetch. Hey. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. So you guys are welcome. Off the couch. You guys are welcome to comment and stuff. I'd love to know where you guys are joining us from. Most of you guys should know that I'm in South Carolina. Hey. Anyway, the big news right now in the United States is just the hurricane cleanup in Florida and in North Carolina. That's the big news that's going on right now. Yeah, that, and of course, it's 3 weeks to Election Day. So we'll see. Apparently, Harris and Trump are now neck and neck. Sweden here. All right. All right, very nice. I think Sweden, I want to say Sweden is 7 hours ahead. I think it's what, 8? 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Sweden? I'm not sure. When I lived in Germany, I probably had a better idea of what time it was in Sweden, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, apparently Trump and Harris are now neck and neck at about 48%. Good boy. Yeah, we had some record number of people showing up to early voting. I think 300-something thousand in Georgia. That was yesterday, I think. So a handful of states will actually do early voting. So I am not an early voter. It's amazing how athletic dogs are, even as puppies. It's 2 p.m. in Sweden. Okay, so 2 p.m. in Sweden. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So it's 6 hours ahead. Okay, so I guess Germany and Sweden are the same time. Australia. Hey, Australia. So I think Australia, I want to say it's 11 o'clock at night in Australia? I'm not sure. Okay, yes. What are you doing? How are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty well. It's just, Good boy. Ozzy wants to play fetch. One thing about Labrador Retrievers is that they are nonstop when it comes to fetch. Get off, Ozzy. Jeez. Oh, that was kind of dangerous. He could have jumped over the couch. I will not do that again. All right, Grease here. Hi. Good to have you here. Please react to Colonel Kashyap's podcast. The big, I can't pronounce that. I probably have that saved on a playlist on my indie channel. I'm guessing that I do at least. 1500 in Athens. Okay, so I think Athens and Greece and maybe Finland are in the same time zone. I'm not really sure. Let me see. Yeah, I've done a excuse me. I have done a lot of podcast reactions, mostly on the Indian content channel, but it's mostly been beer biceps. So I do know I need to branch out a little bit. Yeah, I know I need to branch out. And I've not reacted to really any podcast or many on this channel before. I know that Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan, I mean, there are a bunch of different podcasts I could probably react to. I mean, I did react to that that podcast. I don't even know if it's a podcast, that Daryl Cooper pseudo-historian from, was that last week? I don't know. That was just a very crazy podcast that I would rather just forget. And I think the ones who watched that would agree with me. All right, let me see. Yeah. But if you guys have recommendations for comments, that would be awesome. Next week, I am starting my series on the Royal Marine Commandos on the front line, and it follows them as they get off the train at their little training base throughout their whole 8 months of training, and then it goes on to their Afghanistan deployment. So the Royal Marine Commandos, those guys are tough. I mean, they're definitely some of the most elite fighting forces in the world. But yeah, and I've already filmed the first episode, which I put into 2 parts, but it's supposed to be it's a good series though, highly recommended. So I'll start that next week. What should we got here? Nice review and reaction. Ramstein flag exercise. Ramstein, Germany. Yes, lots of asshats doing podcasts. I would agree with that. Okay, Ramstein flag exercise. Was that happening, some military exercise happening in Ramstein? Because that's a military base in Germany, I know. But yeah, if you do want to elaborate on that. So what are the headlines from what country you're in? Because right now the headlines in the U.S. is just the hurricanes and Lebanon and I guess what else? United States does have boots on the ground in Israel, or they will shortly because of some weapon system. Hi, I'm from Singapore. Singapore. It's good to see you. Just put out a series on women in Sandhurst. Maybe you want to check that out next. Yeah, is that on the British Army YouTube channel, or do you have an actual name of it? But I would love to actually do that. And I realized I've not reacted to a video from Singapore in a long, long time. The first video I reacted to in Singapore was probably the Singapore Frogmen, the combat divers. And that was, I think, 2.5, almost 3 years ago. So what I did this past week is that I compiled it all into one big video. And then in the coming weeks or months, I will just release that again as a full series. Let's see. Singapore, okay. Yeah, and I'll do that with some other videos too. I did do some videos on the French Foreign Legion, and it got blocked. But then I just kind of did a copyright dispute, and they said, hey, I said, hey, other channels had this up. Could you please keep the demonetization, but please just unblock the video. So they unblocked all 3 videos, which was great. And then a few months ago, all of a sudden, the videos got blocked again. So now I'm like, so I gotta figure out a way to maybe re-edit the videos so I can publish them or talk to the company. I don't know. It's just kind of frustrating. Let's see. Sign flag. So Athens. So what's the weather in Athens right now? I know fall is a beautiful time of year, and where are we? In the United States or in the Northeast at least. Oh wow. Let me see. But when I was living in Germany, though, I mean that was always beautiful in the Black Forest or down in Bavaria. I mean beautiful, beautiful summers. Well, summers, yes, but beautiful autumns with all the leaves changing colors and stuff. There's not much of that in South Carolina, though, but I do enjoy the weather. You want the ball? Is that what's going on? Here, I should try this one. Anyway, yeah, you guys are always welcome to suggest content here because, I usually go by what's trending sometimes or what you guys recommend or what looks good to me. Yeah. A lot of times what looks good to me does not look good to you guys, but that's okay though. As long as some people are getting enjoyment out of it, then that's the important part. So in the United States, oh, hey, Matthew Charles. Hey, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Thank you. Just it's starting to become fall here in South Carolina. I think it was this morning, I think it was about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a nice chilly morning. But I think by this afternoon, it's going to be in the 70s again, which is nice. Yeah. How's the weather in Australia? Because I guess if it's fall, I guess it's spring now in Australia. I'm not sure. Ozzy. That's a good boy. That's a good boy. Ozzy, he is doing well. He just turned 9 months old, and Ozzy, he weighs, I want to say, I think he weighs about 47, 48, 49, 50 pounds-ish. He's kind of lean, though. I mean, I can see his ribs, but I mean, the vet says he's fine. He's just kind of a lean boy, but I think I'm going to have to just start giving him the maximum recommended amount of dog food for him, But I guess he has a high metabolism, because he gets lots of snacks, too, and Kongs during the day, but anyway, hey, if you guys have any dogs or pets, then please drop that in the comments. Up in the 80s and 90s, spring is left, feels more like summer. Okay. The real, yes, he demands his ball. Yes, and again, with Labrador Retrievers, they are very big on playing fetch, and it will be almost nonstop. Oh, yes. Drop it. Good boy. What a good puppy. Oh, good puppy. Yes, good boy. Good boy. All right. This is ball. Yeah. If you ever are thinking about a dog and you like your yard, well, I might as well just show you. Wait. Yeah. Do you see this? Yeah. That is from Ozzy playing fetch. He runs and just like all the ground and grass goes up and it's just crazy because dogs are always full throttle when it comes to playing fetch. I mean, he's just 100% and you can see our lawn is a horrible mess. Cat. I have never been much of a cat person. They just seem really snobby and bossy and like just I don't know, assholes kind of. I mean, there's this cat that's kind of an outside cat that kind of wanders around in this general area where I live, and wow, where he lives, and he's actually pretty friendly. Cats are friendly, but I just grew up with dogs, cats. I think the reason why I have a hard time with cats, besides the fact that they're so independent and they have like attitudes, is that they you have a litter box for them, so then they go do their business in the litter box, and then they exit the litter box, and their feet are tracking litter on the floor, on the couch, on the kitchen counter, everywhere, and I can't get over that. Ugh. If you're a cat owner, how do you deal with that? Because I just can't handle that. I just can't. I mean, dogs, at least they kind of just do their business, and it's pretty easy to clean up. But cats are just like tracking stuff everywhere. Ugh. Very aloof, but these are, yeah. And cats can be very lovable, definitely. So, I think that, and obviously because if cats were not lovable, then humans probably wouldn't have them. So. What do you think, buddy? Okay, so since we're talking about cats, I may as well tell you guys a little story about what happened when my family we were vacationing in Crested Butte, Colorado. I guess it was during the summer, I suppose. And I was maybe 10, 11, 12, I don't know. But we had there was a small little town, and we ended up leaving our house and just kind of walking around the town area, and we came across some kids who had a box of kittens. I guess they were teenagers. They had a box of kittens, and they're so cute, such cute kittens. And they were saying, hey, if you want a kitten, we'll give you, hey, $5 for a kitten or $10 for a kitten. And oh, they're so cute. But my parents were like, no, we can't do that. We're on vacation, and and we're not big cat people anyway, and we have a dog. So we walked around the town maybe another hour or so, and then on the way home, we started approaching our house, and we could kind of see it in the distance. And what happened was, we saw one of those kids with a box run up to the house, press the doorbell, and leave a box on our doorstep, and he took off. So then we went and found a cute little kitten in the box. I guess he had given up and was trying to just find a home for the cat. So we had a kitten for a couple of days, and then I think we had a friend who lived there, and they were able to find it a home. So technically, we did own a kitten for a couple of days. Yeah, so never had a problem with any cat. That didn't go any further than the bathroom. Okay, well, that's good. My cat runs and fetches toys he fetches? I have never heard of that for a cat before. But, I mean, cats are pretty smart. I mean, you see cats, you'll learn how to use the toilet and, flush and stuff. Yeah, it's like in that movie, like Jinx from that movie, Meet the Parents with Robert De Niro. Have any of you guys seen that movie, Meet the Parents? But it's a good movie. Ben Stiller, Robert De Niro, Luke Wilson. Yeah. So as I said in the beginning of this little live, is that I know this is awkward timing, 8 o'clock in the morning for me, and late in the evening for some of you guys. And that's just because my kids are not here. What are you doing? They're at school. So, but the next time I go live, I can probably try to do it maybe in the evening for me, maybe on a weekend. That way, more people can actually join. Yeah, so let me see. Oh, thank you. Okay, Lord. Oh, wow. Tim, you are such a good. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Such a good boy. So does anyone have any pets that are not dogs or cats? Like, does anyone have a bird, horse, pig, chicken? Or maybe a snake or something? Yeah. Growing up, the only pets we had were dogs. We had some birds, fish. My sister had a gerbil. Then we had a rabbit. Yeah. Let's see. Is anything that you guys want to talk about? Feel free. Again, this is very informal. Looking. Where are you from again? Oh, Matthew, is that you? No, maybe not. No, it's not. All right. Yeah. Looking. Where are you from? Oh, yes, you're a good boy. Yes, you're a good puppy. Yes, you're a good puppy. Good boy. Let me see. Oh, the comment. Yeah. Yeah, so a couple days ago, or last week, I posted that picture of that awesome sunset that I saw. And that was the night before. So that was it was Wednesday night I took that photo. Thursday night is when the northern lights were actually visible in my area in the low country. So I don't know if that sunset was actually the northern lights, but it was at least the night before, which was still absolutely amazing. And I think that matched some of the amazing sunsets I saw out on the ocean on my semester at sea. Far northwest, South Wales, Australia. Covering cleaning gear from a large. Oh, awesome. World War II reenactment this past weekend. Do you watch that creator? He's that young 20-something cute kid, blonde hair, who does those World War II videos. It's called World War II Knowledge or Info. I don't know, but he's an awesome creator. He makes awesome content. I'm sure you've heard of him, but every once in a while I get one of his videos or his shorts on my feed. But it's called World War Knowledge or something. But he's really good. So, New South Wales, Australia. Where is the crocodile hunter from? The Australia Zoo. Where is that? Yes, World War II wisdom. Yeah, he is very good. He seems like a nice guy too, but he seems really passionate about history, and he's very knowledgeable. He has a lot of gear and memorabilia and stuff. So yeah. If you guys want a good channel on World War II from a kid who seems to be an expert on all the gear and equipment, check out World War II Wisdom. Aw, I was only 19. Yeah, that was a really powerful song. Yeah, I really did enjoy that. I mean, enjoyed it. I mean, it was emotional. But I think, as he said, one song can change the world, and I think, well, what's his name? John Fart. Forgot his name, but I think he's right. One song can change the world. Crocodile Dundee has taught me everything I know about Australia. Crocodile Dundee, he's kind of like the opposite of the crocodile hunter. Well, I don't know. I've not seen that movie in a long time, actually. Well, you're late to the live, but we're just kind of chatting about random things, so. That's the sunny coast, the Sunshine State, Queensland. Nice spot. Yeah, John Schumann. Yeah, okay. Thank you, John Schumann. Yeah, he is good. Project Past. Okay. Yeah, and guys, I think after reacting to I Was Only 19, you guys gave me some great recommendations for Cold Chisels, Quezon, and I guess the band played Marching Matilda. So I have those on my list. Most likely, I might do the band played Marching Matilda, Eric Bogle. I think I might try to react to that for Veterans Day on November 11th. I'm not sure. It might just kind of be that week, but I think that would be a good song to react to. Birawa is the closest place, I think, to Steve. Watched the Tiger Cruise. Okay, Tiger Cruise. Yeah, I can do that, definitely. Speaking of music, I know, I know I'm due for some Sabaton as well. Oh, your grandfather? Oh, yeah. I've not reacted to a Sabaton song probably in 2 months, if I were to guess, 2 months. I think Prima Victoria might have been the last one I reacted to. So I'm definitely due for one of those. I think the very first Sabaton song I was actually recommended was Bismarck, I think, and I've not reacted to that yet. So I know I'm due. In the next couple of weeks or month, I'll definitely do that. If because next week is when I start the Royal Marine Commandos on the Front Line, and that I think has 8 episodes. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna film those episodes, and I'll try to get like extra videos for those weeks also. That way I'm not. That way, for 2 months, my channel is not all Royal Marine Commandos. I want to make sure that other people can watch videos that they want to watch and not just the Royal Marines. Nice to see authentic folks on YouTube. Well, thank you, and it's good to see some good people in the audience as well, or audience community. He used to talk to other Signal veterans. Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool. It's good being able to use your skills from the military and the civilian life. That's a good thing. See a photo of a family member behind you just telling, oh. Okay, it's a baby, so that's okay. That's Ozzy. That's my husband, David, and that's one of our children. The Ozzy. Ozzy. Come on. Okay. Tell you what, buddy. Okay. You want some breakfast? You want some breakfast? You want some breakfast? Yes. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get him some breakfast. Oh yes. I got you some breakfast. Looks, yeah, not that appealing. Okay. Chair. What are you doing? Wrong. Chair. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. Wait. Good boy. Okay. 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 Good boy. Oh, there we go. It's okay. Yeah, good boy. There you go. That was a newborn photo shoot for one of my kids. And that's my husband, David. And yes, he is black. We also got back from a trip to Gettysburg and Antietam. Gettysburg. My 9th grade class trip, we went to Gettysburg, actually. And I think it was like the same week that the movie Gettysburg was actually out. But yeah, I would like to go back to Gettysburg one day, or bring my kids. Ozzy. Yeah. Yeah, Ozzy, he's a cutie. Ozzy, that's a good boy. Yes, you're a good boy. One thing about dogs, especially labs, is they eat so quickly, and they can be susceptible to bloat, which I guess is when their stomach just kind of like turns upside down. It's very painful and it's very common in dogs. I think it happens mostly when they're older, but it can also happen when they're younger, and it's painful, and the vets can't always fix it. So, I mean, that's how my shepherd died when I was younger. German shepherd, she had bloat, and she died. So we try to slow down Ozzy's eating. Yeah. One thing about labs is they something in their DNA where they lack the ability to feel full, or they always have that constant drive to actually eat. I'm not sure. If you look up on Google, why do Labradors eat so much or eat like they're starving, then you'll find out a lot of information. So. What do you think? But yeah, I have 2 children that are school age, like young school age. Think of, they still believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and Easter Bunny, like, so young kids. Do you like Alaskan Husky? Huskies are beautiful dogs, they are, but they're very loud and vocal and whatnot, and probably not great for a South Carolina climate. Or Rot had a twisted bow, not a good ending. Yeah, my parents dropped off our dog, Kit, to, I guess it was the vet who had a kennel or something, and they were driving down to Florida or someplace, and then they got a phone call saying, hey, she has the bloat, the twisted stomach, she's in a lot of pain, we can't fix it, we have to put her down. And they stopped the car to hear all this conversation, and it was like they couldn't even, they didn't even get a chance to say goodbye, because the vet was like, we had to put her down because the pain is just horrible, and we just got to do it. We can't wait for you to turn around and drive all the way back to the state and stuff. So they had to say just, so that was it. So my parents did not get to say goodbye to the dog or anyone, which was really, really sad. But at least she was out of pain, and she did live a good life. I think she was probably 11 or 12. You know, for a large dog like a shepherd, that's about an average age, I think. Yeah. The family dog, a small terrier, ate a whole oven plate of homemade toffee once. Oh, gosh. Talking about the Labrador again, we had a lab named Daisy growing up, a yellow lab, and, you know, she was also, that's the lab right there, Daisy. Also a big eater. And my mom had cooked the whole chicken, I think, and left it on the table. And I think she went to get some potatoes or something from the kitchen. And then I think my dad was like, so where's dinner? And my mom was like, well, it's on the table. The chicken's on the table. And my dad was like, no, it's not. Apparently my dog had jumped on the table, grabbed the whole chicken and like swallowed it whole. I mean, that's still a favorite story we tell about Daisy, actually. And she was fine. As far as I know, she was fine, so. This is an iPhone 5 or something. It's an iPhone. Yeah, I film. So I use OBS Studio on my computer to screen record the videos I watch on YouTube. And then I use this iPhone on a tripod, and that is what I film on. And then I just edit all my videos on CapCut, which is a free editing app. And it actually, and I guess TikTok now owns CapCut, because when we're editing videos on TikTok, they actually use CapCut. So it's kind of like it's a partnership or something. I'm not sure. Sweden. We have a few Swedes in the comments, actually. So, yeah. No, I was stationed in Germany for 6 years, and I traveled all over Europe, and I did my semester at sea. I've traveled all over Asia, all over the world, and I never made it to Sweden. Sweden or Finland or Denmark, Iceland, none of those places. Do you know the Indian Kuman Mastiff, world's rarest? No, I've never heard of that. Huh. I'll have to look it up, I guess. What? Oh, you're so good, puppy. You're a good puppy. Oh, yes, you're a good puppy. Oh, yes, okay. Okay. Wait. Good boy. Okay. Oh, it's a good boy. Just trying to instill with the puppy that I can take food away or anything away. That way, if he does end up, you know, finding something outside or chewing something he's not supposed to chew, something that's dangerous, and need to be confident in being able to get it out of his mouth or separate it from him. That way, it's just a safety thing, really. I wouldn't call that a dominance thing, just more of a safety thing, just to make sure that I can stop him from hurting himself. So that's one thing about dogs. You want to make sure that you can take food away or a bone away. Yeah, you don't want any kind of resource aggression. He can kind of get a little resource aggression with like, we once gave him a go-it stick, and he kind of got a little nuts with that. But, so we've been kind of working on that a little bit. He hasn't had a go-it stick in a while, though. But, you know, he's a sweet puppy, but, you know, needs to be trained. Sounds like a photo's being taken, some sound effect. Oh, I was screenshotting part of the conversation, so I could go back and Google. Yeah, you're not just hearing things. That was my screenshot. So, yeah. So I guess. So from where I know we have people from Singapore, Sweden, Australia, and a few other locations in the comments. I was going to ask about what the news is covering when it comes to this election between Harris and Trump. Because obviously we have left and right-wing media, you know, Fox News versus NBC versus BBC versus CBS, etc., which I guess is kind of a good thing now that more people are doing podcasts and news on YouTube and on Rumble, because, I mean, obviously the media is very biased, especially Western media. Jeez. But yeah, I mean, are the news outlets in Sweden and Australia, are they covering this election at all? Angry cops. Yeah, he is very funny. I think he's a staff sergeant in the Army Reserve or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's pretty funny, and he tells it like it is. And if you guys have not seen Angry Cops, definitely recommend that. But yeah, there are some good military channels out there. You know, Angry Cops. I think many of you guys probably know Theo, Combat Arms channel. Ryan Forrest, the Gen Dit Commando. Original Human. I think he was a former Marine also, with the beard and stuff. You hear election all the time. Yeah. You know, regardless of who wins, I'm just glad. I'm just glad this election's going to be over. One thing about being in Germany is, you know, being in the barracks, we got AFN, Armed Forces Network channels and whatnot, so we never got all these political commercials. None. We got cheesy Army commercials or AFN stuff, but never the political commercials. So, watching TV here in the States, that's all you get, are the personal injury lawyer commercials fast food and the and the political commercials. So I'm so glad that's going to be over soon. At least in all the Australian news channels on YouTube. Yeah. What do you think, Ozzy? Good boy. Oh, yes. You need to get some more meat on your bones. He is so skinny. Jeez. Anyway, but again, if you guys have content ideas, you guys are always welcome to drop the content. Oh, yeah. Uh, Pennsylvania being a big swing state. Yeah, they're spending millions of dollars on the swing states. I mean, it's gonna come down to like probably Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina. What is the cost of living per month in your state area? Specifically, I don't know specifically. Actually, I mean, I couldn't even give you a number. I would have to Google it, I guess. Uh, yeah, our election can definitely influence world trade and stuff. You know, I mean, if Kamala gets elected, I mean, see how that goes. And Trump, I mean, uh, another person from Greece. Hi, my sister, my cousin just came back from Oktoberfest, Germany and Greece honeymoon. I think it was Santorini, Greece. You know the white buildings with the different levels of the city in that lovely blue ocean background. I guess that's the Mediterranean. I'm not sure. I'm not great at geography, but really beautiful though, and I'm definitely jealous. One day I will get to Greece. One of your presidential candidates is not in prison yet. Yeah. If Trump loses, it'll be interesting to see just what happens with all these cases. And if he wins, then obviously nothing's really going to happen. It's going to be like nothing more happens. So, I don't know. I'm sure Kamala has some ghosts in her closet that could probably put her away. I think most politicians, you can say that, probably. Uh, Brandon F on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna screenshot that one too. There we go. Mud and snow. Okay, I'll check that out. I've not heard of that before, but I can check it out. What do you think, puppy? So, what is voting age in what country that you actually live in? For the United States, it is 18. So I'm curious about what it is in Sweden, Greece, Singapore, Australia, wherever it might be. 20. Oh, wow. Is 20 considered to be a legal adult in Sweden? Because for the United States, 18 is a legal adult. It's funny. 18 is legal adult, and what was I going to say? You can vote at 18, but the drinking age is 21. So you might be an adult, but you're not allowed to drink. So that's definitely interesting. And I think in the United States, you cannot rent a car until you're 25, though. So, and driver's license for the U.S. It should be 16. 16 should be most states. But you can drive when you're 15 if you take a permit test. Then you can drive with restrictions like with a licensed adult, at least 18 or something. Voting is compulsory. So so you have to vote in Australia? Life with Alistair. I definitely want you to elaborate on that one. Alistair. Do you have a YouTube channel, or is that just a name? I feel like for some reason that name sounds familiar. Life with Alistair. 18 in Sweden. Alistair. What's your channel about? Oh, and for those of you who don't know, so I have this channel, and then I have the India content channel, Just Another Army Vet 2.0, and then I have another channel. It's just called the Furball of Fury. All it is just mostly unedited shorts of Ozzy from when he was a puppy to like now. It's a very informal channel. All it is just some shorts of Ozzy. So, no new content. Okay. Have you not filmed for a while or driving videos? Okay, that's good. 20 for buying alcohol in Sweden. I think the voting age used to be 20. I could be wrong here. It might have been 21 until Vietnam. And I think once people started getting drafted, then that's when I think that law changed, because it's like, so we're not allowed to vote, but but we can be drafted to go fight in a war. So I think that's why the voting age went down from 21 to 18. I might be wrong, but that sounds right to me at least. But yeah, apparently Australia and the United States, they used similar or almost the exact same lottery system based on your birthday for the people to go to Vietnam and whatnot. Hey, puppy. Yeah, it was like based on a lottery on your birthday. So I think it was a very similar system. Well, you can always take your time with your channel. Always just take your time with what you want to do. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do enjoy. I mean, I like watching videos and having YouTube, but I mean, one of my favorite parts is just being able to meet new people and talk to people in the comments and whatnot. I think that's good. I mean, I learn a lot from you guys in the comments and stuff. So I always try to respond to every comment. I mean, once in a while I might miss a comment, or YouTube. YouTube is just kind of weird. Sometimes YouTube deletes or hides comments. Yeah, it's just it glitches, and I think some of it might be censorship. It's just, yeah. Battlefield tips. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna screenshot that. There we go. That would be awesome. Oh, we want to play fetch? Jeez. Ooh. Yeah, that's a very original idea for a group. Generic heritage. Black, Irish, British, I think I'll say Lorrainian, so French, German, might be some Scottish. I'm not sure, but it's mostly like Irish and British mostly. What financial tip would you give to teens in their 17s? Okay, depending on what country you live in, but I think it should be the same for most. Is that you need to save, need to have a high yield savings account, and get an education. Yes, but you do need to have a high yield savings account, and you do need to try to eliminate debt in terms of like credit cards or anything that's high interest. Try to get that stuff paid off first, but investing is important. If you're able to hire a financial advisor, trying to invest in some like stocks or something, like depending on how old you are, the high risk stocks that would be when you're younger, and as you get older, you can start to lessen the risk. But yeah, just having to invest. But you need to talk to a financial advisor. This is just generic information I'm giving you on that. I have a financial advisor, and he has control of a lot of stocks and accounts for me. But then I did get on Robinhood maybe a year or two ago. I got on Robinhood, and I just did a lot of research, and I just bought a handful of stocks and a few things. And I think I accidentally did very well. Like Nvidia, for example, I bought Nvidia like when it was very, very low, and then like a month before it actually exploded, I bought it, and it just. So sometimes you kind of get lucky, but you have to balance out what you invest in. But yes, lip gloss, financial tip: get an education and get a. Do I have a hobby? Does YouTube count as a hobby, or does training my puppy, does that count as a hobby? I think there's. Yeah, I guess YouTube. I guess that would be a hobby. Yeah. How about you guys? Do any of you guys have an interesting hobby? I know we have Dog Face. I know he does the World War II reenactments, which is fun. I've never even seen one before. When a couple years ago, and I actually have a video on it on my channel. My unit was doing rotation to Germany, and we actually for 3 months or something, because I was based out of Fort Stewart, Georgia, but we were in Germany, and it was the summertime, and we had a weekend off, and I actually went with some friends that I had been stationed with in Germany before, and we actually took a bus, and we went to it was like the 80th anniversary of the Pilsen liberation. It was in the Czech Republic. The Czech Republic. It was in Pilsen, and the whole city square and the whole side streets. It was all World War II like reenactors, and they had all these tents set up and all these vehicles and equipment and like aid stations, and it was just amazing. I got a lot of great pictures. Then we went to the main area in the main square, and we saw the actual reenactors. They actually got into like a convoy with the old time music playing, a convoy of all the soldiers, like you know, like reenacting the liberation, and it was a lot of fun. It was just amazing. It was the same square that big cathedral's in, I think, but it was really good. And after we did that, we did actually walk downtown. They have a museum on General Patton, actually, the General Patton Museum, which is really good. Yes, I think watching YouTube or my videos, that counts. Carpentry. Yeah, I'm not good at building things. I'm not good with my hands. I mean, I'm not mechanically inclined. I'm not good at fixing things. I mean, when I was a medic, I could fix you if you got hurt or sick or something. But yeah, but cars or houses, no, I definitely can't. What do you have? Do you have a pig ear? Oh no, it's a water buffalo ear. Oh, dude. Oh, yes, sweet boy. Okay. Kisses. Oh, you're a good puppy. What's a good puppy? Oh, dude. Okay, okay. Okay. Oh, because you're a sweet boy. Oh, yes, you're sweet. Uh, sit. Oh, kisses. Sit. Or ignore me. Oh, Lordy. Ozzy. Okay, try it again. Sit. You don't want to show off for the camera, do you? Okay. Come on, Ozzy. Sit. Good. Oh, good sit. Good. Okay. Okay. Ozzy. So, and that's Ozzy for you. Do you have a specialty as a medic or a nurse anesthetist? I can't say it. No, so I went to, so I joined the Army and then did basic training. Then I went to Fort Sam Houston for 4 months where I did my Army combat medic training. Now, once you're a medic, you can do certain specialties such as, your eyes. I think there's like a LPN, the nurse, or you can do immunizations. There's a few different specialties as an Army combat medic. But no, I never went to any of those schools. I was just a straight combat medic. But it was 6 weeks of EMT or emergency medical technician, basic, and then it was 10 weeks of combat medic training. The Navy corpsmen, they're also medics. They will do, I think, between 10 and 16 weeks of medic school. I'm just not sure. But it's mostly hospital stuff and like EMT or hospital stuff because the combat medic part of it, they don't get that unless they do it's called the Marine Expeditionary Medic Training or something. They go get trained like to be combat medics, like for the Marine Expeditionary Force. But all Army medics, we all receive the combat medic training. Aside from reenactments, been doing a lot of exploring locations for King Philip's War, and Concord is right down the road. I live in South Carolina, so there's actually a lot of history here. I think the world's first combat, well, I think all submarines are combat, but most. I think the world's first or oldest sub, I think, is it's not far from here at all, and I have, South Carolina, a lot of battlefields, a lot of history and stuff. So, maybe one day I can start going to some of these locations and maybe just filming or doing something or just visiting. Do you treat some specific injury, or is it? As a medic, did I treat? As a medic, we could treat anything, really. I mean, sick people, hurt people, injured people. As a medic, yeah, I mean, we could treat anything from a jammed finger to your arm being blown off. I mean, or the stomach bug, cough. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of serious stuff when I was in Iraq. Honestly, being in the Army in a field unit, it's a lot of doing inventories, looking for things in connexes, storage containers, or looking for a serial number, or cleaning up the company area, or doing some online training, or cleaning. Once in a while, you might do some training. It's that's what your day-to-day life is in a field unit for the most part. It's pretty. Yeah, that's what it's like. But no, but if you're deployed to Iraq, or if you're in the field, then you do more training and stuff. And I mean, how I kept my sanity in Iraq. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure how. I was in the hospital, but it was just a lot of nights where I couldn't sleep. I had a hard time sleeping. It took me a while to get my sleep back after I returned from Iraq. I think for many years afterward, I had sleep problems. It was just mentally, all the stuff you're saying, it just gets stuck in your head, and it's just not great. But one thing is that when I was working in Iraq as a medic at the hospital, I remember some really stressful days or stressful weeks. But then I would have to pull a week of guard duty, which would be kind of nice. Like, oh, it's fine. Leave the hospital and just do guard duty at the gates for a week, and that was kind of a blessing. And then a week of guard duty, you're like, oh, this is so boring. And as you have all your gear on, it's hot. It was just like, and then by the time guard duty is over, it was good to be back at the hospital. So, yeah, so I do 3 weeks in the hospital, 1 week on guard duty. Yeah, so not that guard duty was always stress free. I mean, a couple bad incidents on guard duty in Iraq, but it was mostly kind of boring though. Yeah, mostly boring. Just a lot of long days, a lot of long shifts, wearing 50 plus pounds of equipment on. It's just not fun, you know. What are you doing, buddy? What you doing? What y'all? Hey. All you gotta do is just say hi. You wanna say hi?
Hi.
He just woke up from a nap, but that was David. Anyway, he's never actually been on before. Also, Alien watching Oliver Wars. Yeah, aliens are probably wondering why humans can't seem to learn from their mistakes. Yeah, I think everyone would agree with that. Yeah. Hey, buddy. Right. Well, I've been on about an hour, so I'll probably gonna close this out in a couple of minutes here. But if you guys have any questions, about anything, you guys again are welcome to ask. I know it's probably late for some of you guys. I know in Australia, if anyone is in New Zealand, I know it's like in the middle of the night right now. So, what do you think? What are you doing? Oh, yeah, it's a good puppy. Good puppy. Good puppy. Good puppy. God bless Uncle. Good morning. Anyway. Well, I just wanted to thank you guys all for coming on this live. And, I recognize most of your names. Yeah, most of your names. And I appreciate the support, you guys. Anytime that you guys watch a video to the very end, the full video, that helps me. Anytime you like or dislike a video, anytime you share it, anytime you comment, any engagement you guys do with the video helps my channel out a lot, and that does help. So I do appreciate it. All right, just have a great day. Stay safe, and just have a good one. Bye bye. Yeah, he's just looking at me like, what do you want? All right, hey, take care, everyone, and have a great day. And I don't know how to end this.